Hello and welcome back to Code Interpret. So today we're gonna have a look at the comparison operators in Python, and they're really easy to understand. Um, so these are the six different symbols that we use for comparison operators. So what are comparison operators? Comparison operators are these kind of symbols that we use in between two operands. So it basically checks the value of the left hand side operand with the value of the right hand side operand, and it compares both the values. And how does it compare? It compares in a different way depending on the symbol that you've used in between them. Okay, so when I use the word operands, what do you mean by operands? Basically, it could be any element or a variable that holds a value. Okay, and that is what I mean by operands. So these elements and variables can also refer to operands. So let's check the first one, and let's define a variable a10 and b20, and then we're gonna use these two uh, we're going to use these two symbols, the equal sign. Okay, A is equivalent to B. So when you use a single equal sign, what that does is that it assigns the value of B to A. Okay, but when you use it twice, it then checks the value of A with B. So it checks if they're both equal or not. Okay, so if they're not equal, it will return a false. So the output of these comparison operators is always a boolean. It's either true or false. Okay, let's check. Python d.py. There you go. It's false because it's 10 and 20. They're not equal. Okay, so let's check C30 and D30. Print C is equivalent to D. So you can use the word equivalent as well when describing um, this operator. It's true now because both the values are 30 equal. Okay. So E if it's true and F if it's false. This too would check the values of E and F, and then it will tell us if it's true or false. It's false. Okay. All right, let's move to the next one. Less than sign. So we'll use the same variables. A is less than B, and then we print the opposite is less than A. And then let's also check the greater than sign is greater than B, and B is greater than A. Now we know one of them is 10 and the other one is 20, so it's quite obvious which one is greater and which one is less than. But let's see the output in terms of true and false. So this is what it is: true because A is less than B; true because 10 is less than 20. And similarly, the rest of the statements give you the output accordingly. Okay, so now, okay, let's move to the fourth one. The fourth one is, this is how you read it. It's greater than or equal to. So so the value should be either greater than or equal to B. So it could be any value greater than B and it would still be true, or it could be any value that is equivalent. Okay, so it's false. Why? Because neither of the neither of the comparisons are true because A is less than B, so therefore this becomes false. And then it checks the equal sign. Is it equal? No. So, so therefore it returns false. Okay, so now let's check let's check C is greater than D, greater than or equal to D. Now we know that they're both equal, but they're not, but neither of them are greater from the other one, right? But it's still going to return true because the other value, the comparison operator returns true. Let's check. And there you go, it's true. Okay, similarly, if you do this, C is less than or equal to D, and then we do A is less than or equal to B. Now here, this would be true because they're not equal, but A is less than B because it's 10 and 20, right? So it returns a true for this one, and so and this C and D are equal, so it still returns a true. So regardless of this symbol, uh, this print statement also returns true because they're both equal. Okay. Now let's move to we were done with this and the last one. Okay, this is basically not equal to. Okay, let's write all of them. Less than or equal to, and this is greater than or equal to, and this is greater than, just greater than, and this is less than, and this is equivalent. Okay. Okay, so not equal to. So we know that A is not equal to B, therefore this should return true. But what if we say C is not equal to D? We know that C and D are equal, so this is supposed to be false, right? And let's just print this dash. Okay. Okay, there you go. This is true because A is not equal to B, but C is not equal to D. That is not true. It's false because they are both equal. Therefore, it returns false. And this is about it, and it's really easy. Just go through it, and you should. One thing that you need to keep in mind is the language. Uh, Try to get used to it. The word operands and these statements. And remember, this is not equal. Okay, you don't use the word equal. It's equivalent. All right. So when you say A is equivalent to B, then you use this symbol. But when you say A is equal to B, then you just use a single equal sign. All right. All right. Thank you.